just answering questions with waptek. I did a video about someone making a claim that he was a vice president of a company, making a claim about some medical information and never proving any of it and making assertions that are easily double-checked as being wrong, and was never the president of anything. He wasn't the president of a company. He was president of a single building's subsidiary as a side project for medical work. And his treatment and such is mostly about eczema. It has nothing to do with anything you would want to look up, and I'm not even going to bring up his name. But he wasn't the vice president of a large corporation. Basically, this individual I brought up misrepresented himself and wanted to be taken seriously and wanted to be famous on Fox News by saying contrarian things. So this is the response I got 9 hours ago that is dead-ass not trying to be an in-joke. Fairy tale. Ad hominem attacks usually come from people without insight or arguments, waptek. Okay, again, the individual I'm discussing in the video has, I'm confident in saying, lied about his past, worst case scenario, or best case, is mistaken about literally what was written on his paycheck and his job title. He was lying. And he made a claim concerning medical, anything involving medicine, and his main thing is eczema. That's it. Repurposing some eczema medication would be great, except that's been tested and found not to work in the area he was putting it in. It doesn't matter what it was about. It doesn't matter if it's the current year medical problem we're all dealing with or some other damn thing. He didn't represent himself accurately. Somebody wanting to forgive that doesn't give a shit about your lifespan or mine. And that's why snake oil and firewater, bullshit medicine, and patent medicine is regulated so heavily because of people forgiving someone who's essentially poisoning or killing you or just lying. Big placebo gets away with it because all of you would rather have big placebo kill your kids rather than actual real medicine save them. A medication that has no negative consequences or no negative side effects, while it's possible, is usually indicative of something that has no positive effect either. On my table here, I have an antibiotic that can cause me to have a truly nasty response by literally killing all the bacteria in my body, including the stuff I use to digest food. But it may be, I hope it won't be, necessary after I get dental work today. But I have to know about the negative consequences. If someone says, oh, just drink, this soda pop, it has no negative consequences. It also means it doesn't do any good either, because it's not going to kill off the bacteria. I'm sorry. The real world isn't what you like. Stop propping up people who are essentially killing you by just making sure that they don't kill you directly. Passively preventing a person from getting cancer treatment or medical treatment in time is evil, and it's done for profiteering reasons. The guy claiming to be CSO or vice president of Zerico or Pfizer, who wasn't, isn't somebody you should listen to. And no, I'm not doing an ad hominem attack. I'm stating flat out something very different than that. He lied. Next. Jovan Hutton, Pulitzer, who lied about never saying it was all about China. Two forms of evidence. One, an interview where he dead-ass said it's all about China, it's all about the ballots, then it's all about bamboo, because it's a meme. It doesn't mean anything, but he kept repeating it because it would get him on television. He's a self-promoting little huckster who tried to get away with suing people, including me, by the way. I got the default form lawsuit complaint, over some stupid barcode reader. He has no merit. He's a shitbag. He was just giving an example. What his technology can do. His technology can't do that. He lied. He's wrong. It's been tested without his permission, which is the way it should be tested. I don't think he's saying that this audit is about finding counterfeit China ballots. And yet that's exactly what he fucking said. Again, why are you giving this person a pass for saying shit and then saying they didn't do it? Now, in one of my videos, I have an explanation of why I call it just answering questions, and I've expanded on it by putting in the description what it really refers to. And this includes people saying things that are completely contrarian, just simply the opposite of what you're talking about, or just doing anything else to badger you. Wearing you down, hoping you'll have a negative reaction to them so they can say, see, he's overreacting, or I'm triggering him. No, you're just repeating shit that isn't true over and over again. And now I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not approving either of your comments. I'm deleting them. Derek Dio Giovanni and the other guy, you're not allowed to post here. You are not allowed to post false statements. I don't have to listen to it. There's a difference between the process and the discipline of questioning what we're told to make sure that it can survive some level of negative attack. If I want to make a claim that this tube of toothpaste is made not out of plastic but has a metal casing to it and it's aluminum or tin or lead, I can interrogate this item physically by checking it chemically, mechanically, and determine if it's metal or plastic. It shouldn't be lead. It's acceptable if it's tin. It's acceptable, I guess, if it's aluminum. And it's very acceptable if it's plastic-coated metal. But it's not acceptable if it's lead. Lead tubes, if you're not aware of it, were used for painting and for paints. And that tube type is where we got our toothpaste tube. It shouldn't have been made out of lead, though, because the toothpaste would react to the lead and chemically leach some of it into toothpaste. It was dangerous. No matter what coating, you shouldn't use lead for anything, really. Those are demonstrative of, real-world hooky-booky stuff. You can just test this. It's not, you have to trust the toothpaste company. And I should also point out lots of patent medicine or snake oil or fake treatments were sold in lead tubes. When this was pointed out to them, they would make up jokes about how lead was good for you. That's the group of people. That's the mindset. That's the hucksterism that these two individuals were defending. You are not allowed to do that on my channel. You could come by and say, I can prove he never said it, when I can show that he did, when he said that it had to be about bamboo. Or the other person, you're just doing an ad hominem attack because, and then explain it. Yelling fairy tale and calling an ad hominem and then saying, and then doing an ad hominem attack against me, unironically, I suppose. None of that's acceptable. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is allowed to make their own decisions for themselves without affecting public discourse. We do not have to tolerate both sides in every damn conversation. We don't have to have a representative negative statement, according to Fox News, because it's too stupid to listen to a liberal. Then we don't have to listen to people that we can prove are making statements that are outlandish, stupid, or non-real. I do not have to listen to or even entertain your argumentum. But I've done it. Has anybody else done that in your lives, these two individuals? I'm addressing you directly, if you even give a shit to watch my channel. No, I didn't mischaracterize someone who's now lying about what he said in the past, and has always done this while feigning an interest in patenting things and then suing people for patents that he has no business suing for, and getting away with it because we put up with it. Making themselves rich by us tolerating them lying. And yet, some of you would have every liberal killed simply because of an accusation that's broadly applied to anybody you don't like, of them being evil elitists that are somehow reptilian hybrids. And I'm supposed to entertain these arguments. We are supposed to somehow listen to you and not mock you. I agree we shouldn't mock you, but you should be told your argument is invalid because it is not based in reality, and we don't have to let it be posted. It's not acceptable to do this. I'm sorry, but we've gotten to the point that this has literally caused maybe half of the 700,000 people or something in the United States that have died to be dead. If there was less misinformation, there would be a lower death rate. No, that's not an argumentum. It's a fact. We cannot afford to let people, all people, you all have a right to your opinion. Yes, but we do not have the right to demand that others repost our opinion. We do not have the right to demand that our opinion be given equal weight and merit. It does not have that as a right. the man whose last name is Pulitzer, ironically, does not have any merit. He should not be allowed to have a forum because everything he said is simply untrue. And then when he gets caught saying something that can be demonstrated as being untrue, he then lies about ever saying it. Same thing with Donald Trump. Again, if anybody's curious, the reason I don't like Donald Trump is he has demonstrated an inability to ever cop to anything. The basic level you and I would require of a stock boy, he cannot do. He is incompetent when it comes to the basic rule of owning it. And everyone who's a suck-up for him is the same way. That can't be allowed anymore because it's lethal. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. And I wish all of us luck with this problem.